Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So the Dallas mayor leaves Democratic Party and switches to the GOP. American cities need Republicans, it says here in quotes. This one from Fox News sounds pretty interesting. Let's find out what it has to say. The mayor of one of the largest cities in the U.S. announced in a Friday op-ed that he is leaving the Democratic Party and becoming a Republican. In a Wall Street Journal op-ed with the headline, America's cities need Republicans, and I'm becoming one. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson explains that he is leaving the Democratic Party because the future of America's great urban centers depends on the willingness of the nation's mayors to champion law and order and practice fiscal conservatism. Sounds good so far? Our cities desperately need the genuine commitment of these principles. That has long been a defining characteristic of the GOP, Johnson wrote. In other words, American cities need Republicans, and Republicans need American cities, he continued. Johnson has been a vocal supporter of police as other cities, including the Texas capital of Austin, have moved to defund police departments in the wake of the George Floyd riots. It's been quite a while now. In February, Johnson posted a Fox News digital article on social media outlining how police officers are retiring in droves due to low morale resulting from defunding, and encouraged those officers to move to Dallas to work there. And it says he's switching to the GOP, and I wonder if the reality is he's just partyless. Like so many of us who don't necessarily, jive with the Republican Party or the majority of its leaders, enough to know that they can't get down with this Democrat leadership and the party and all the stuff that's going on with them right now. They might not necessarily feel like a Republican, but they just know what they're not, right? The Republican Party is pretty much the only place they can go if they want to have any, impact or anything like that. That's just how it is right now, at least. Doesn't mean it can't be changed moving forward, but that's just the current, pool we have to swim in, right? Find out what he has to say in this little video.
The primary responsibility of any government is to protect its citizens. If Dallas residents don't feel secure, our city's other objectives are guaranteed to fail. We've prioritized public safety no matter which way the national political winds blew.
Refreshing, right? Our next guest is bucking the trend on Democrat-run cities that are seeing a surge in crime across the country, but it is not happening that way in Dallas. Arrests, murders, rapes, all down.
Well, I wanted to pause it and show you that there, but they want to shrink it down.
Down double digits on his watch.
So that doesn't appear to be very Democrat-like to have all this crime and violent crime and all that reduced. It's not the typical trend of the blue cities. And it's surprising to me that there's a Democrat mayor in Texas, right? Texas is supposed to be this red state. And, I'm actually currently dealing with that in Florida, a Democrat mayor. But it's a totally red state. DeSantis won the gubernatorial race in a landslide this year. Or not this year, but this time around. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. It is what it is, I guess, right? So when you have a mayor who supports the police, not only in his words, but his actions, you see what happens to crime in your city. Austin Police Retired Officers Association Dennis Ferris told Fox News Digital on Friday. That sounds cool because I say on this channel a lot that we're a fan of leaders who lead by example. Don't just give us words, but actually produce results to back up their words. When they suggest something should be better, they should, go and lead by example, right? So Mayor Johnson has led from the front, and it showed that he was reelected without one single challenger. That's unheard of in a major U.S. city. So looks like people recognize that he's a leader by example, and they appreciate the results that he is providing. It makes a whole lot of sense to me that he would actually switch to a GOP, considering the things that he said and the results that his city is getting with crime. Don't necessarily align with the Democrat Party right now. They tend to be more pro-lawlessness. Dallas saw a significant decrease in crime after Johnson took office in 2019. Johnson told Fox News Digital in 2021 he attributed that success to three things: a strong police chief, having a budget that reflects public safety being your city's top priority, and ensuring there's community buy-in for crime reduction. And that's great. It sounds like they are creating a nice place to be, right? At least to reduce crime, all those types of things. This person thought he was a Democrat for a while, aligned with the things that they were saying, and then just over the past 6-7 years, was a real witness to things and just decided that he couldn't go with it anymore. And the next best thing would be a Republican Party if you're trying to still have an impact. You can't really go independent. You can't really go to libertarian. They just don't have the political, funding and clout yet that to compete necessarily. There's a couple of those guys, but it's much harder. And so it makes sense that he would go switch to the GOP. That's a natural transition, I guess, if you're walking away from the Democrats, which I'm glad to see. We need more law and order. The three things that he attributed to making Dallas a better place should become the new format for other cities to follow, right? That you would think other mayors would see this type of prioritization and result and then want to copy it, unless they don't want to reduce crime. And that's what we're seeing from a lot of these Democratic leaders nowadays, is that they just want to let criminals out of jail immediately. You have those two teenage boys that stole the car, Grand Theft Auto style, ran over that guy and filmed the whole thing. It's a huge story right now. Let me just show you. This is what that kid thinks. Killer teen driver 18 told police, "I'll be out in 30 days." It should tell you enough that folks nowadays don't fear the repercussions of breaking the law and hurting people and violent crimes. And it's a shame. People don't fear jail. They don't get locked up in jail. While I'm talking about it, I really hope the kid is wrong, right? We'll just have to wait and see, right? I felt like that was a pretty interesting story. Wanted to tell you guys about it. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.